Flosstube. Welcome to Stitching It. My name is Stephanie, and as you may already know, I've been going through my WIPs and trying to get them organized for 2019 and seeing what my plans are. And I think that at this time I've looked at everything and I pretty much decided I want to try to stitch from my stash and all the wonderful things that I've already started. Last year I did a WIP Parade in the summer, and I wanted to take a little bit of time to play a game called Where's That WIP, where I'm going to go through and show you guys what has happened to each of the projects that were in that video. So I looked through and there were about 17 different projects that I had on my hands at that time, and now I've almost doubled that number, and so it's given me a lot of consideration and thought, and I want to take some time to see what the outcome has been for a lot of these projects. And I hope you guys will stick around and watch me play Where's That WIP. If you haven't had a chance to watch my WIP Parade from last year yet, I'll put a link up here so you guys can check it out. But I'm going to very quickly go through the projects that were in that video and talk about what I've done with them and show you guys if any progress that has been made on them and what I've decided to do with it since then. This kit was one of the first things I started, and I'll show you guys where I was in the video. And the question of the day is, have I done anything with it since then? So I haven't worked on Indian Peacock since that video, but I'm not ready to get rid of it yet. I still have hopes for a finish someday. This next one's also a kit. I love the finished design, and that's the biggest reason why I have not UFO'd this project yet. The black fabric is pretty hard, but I haven't worked on it since that video. My next project was a cute little needlepoint kit of some dragonflies, and again, this is still hasn't been worked on since that video, unfortunately. Moving right along, this is an old project that I inherited from my grandmother. It's a stamped cross stitch of a reproduction sampler, and I have no intentions of getting rid of that one, and I've worked on it a little bit, so here's the progress. This next one is another one that I haven't worked on, but I have been looking at it, and I think I may actually restart it at some point, because I think the chart is just so gorgeous, but the fabric was a little problematic for me. Okay, we're getting into some more active projects now, but this floral map project, I actually did a speed stitching video of it last year where I stitched most of North America. So where is it now? I have no idea. I looked for it everywhere and I couldn't find it. But have no worry, there's still plenty of stuff that I've been stitching on. This is a kit that I've been working on for a gift, and I have worked on it a little bit this fall, so I'll show it to you now. I've been slowly working from the top down, and I've finished about the top half, but I've still got the back stitching, and but it's gonna get finished. This was a cute project that I started 2 years ago, but it just wasn't working out, so I gave it to my daughter and UFO'd it. This next one has a very sad story. I've worked on it for the past couple of years, and I've made some great progress on it, but just recently I decided to UFO Coffee Quaker Sampler, and it was a very difficult decision to make, but I'll probably go into it later, the multiple reasons why I did that. I am interested in finding a good home for this project, so if you would like to adopt it, please contact me. Okay guys, thanks for being patient. We're finally starting to get into stuff that I've completed, and this was one piece that I did for my parents, and it's framed and finished in their home. And this next one, of course, was a big finish for me. I can't believe I did that whole thing, and you know, it shows that it gave me a lot of confidence that I can really complete these big projects that I like. This next one made it onto the speed stitching screen last year, and it's one of my favorite videos still, but I have made some progress on it. It's supposed to be a gift for my eldest daughter, so I do want to finish it, but I had worked myself into a mistake in the ear, which I had to fix and kind of be careful around. This is a nice full coverage chart of a seated blue Buddha, and I had completed almost the blue background. It was about 7,000 stitches of those blue stitches to complete, but I've still been stitching on this regularly, so I'll show you guys what I've got done. You can see I've started filling in those gray and silver stitches in the corner, and it's left me a good skeleton framework for filling everything in with that one single extreme cross-country stitching I did. Meanwhile, my Heaven and Earth designs of John Lennon has been languishing. He's got a nose and a mouth, and that's about it. I've stitched a little bit on there, but it wasn't even enough to see the progress, really. So he's still there, but it's inactive. The next project in my WIP Parade was also a Heaven and Earth Designs. They're French filigree, which is a beautiful, huge design, and I love it, but I don't know if I'll ever be able to finish it, so I don't work on it very often. I did make some progress since the last video, but it's 1/1 on 32 counts, so it's quite a strain to stitch on, so who knows what's going to happen to this one. One of my last projects was a full coverage piece of a conure, and I have two conures of my own, so I really wanted to have a picture of one, but I have encountered some problems with the PDF, and it just hasn't done anything. My last one that I started was Renaissance Mermaid, and in the video I had just started it, so I didn't have much progress left, but I do work on it regularly, even though I have another Mirabilia now, and on Mondays, so I will show you my progress on that. I'm doing it on 40 count, so I'm not doing the skin 1/1, but I've been working really hard to try to get to her head and the top of the piece, but all this hair is just all over the place. So I've gone through all my projects that I showed in my original WIP Parade, and I've assessed where they're at now. So it gave me a lot of food for thought. I had quite more inactive and UFOs than I thought, but I had some finishes. I've got some more coming up, and I hope you guys will subscribe and like and tune in for the next one. See you later.